Detectives continue analyzing data from Carly's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched.
What?
On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted.
I will find you and I will unalive you. What? Did she lie? Was this a hoax? We're about to find out, because after we all saw that video on a highway where she claimed to have seen a toddler, I'm talking about Carly Russell, the teenager or young girl who went missing because she saw a white kid in a diaper and a white t-shirt, and she tried to help, called the police and everything, but then these white people kidnapped her, allegedly, and released her after 48, was it after 44, after 42 hours? Don't take my word for it. But yeah, this story is getting weirder and stranger every minute. After we all saw that video on a highway, her car driving on that highway with no kid in any sight, and she continued to drive, and we didn't see nothing. People started to ask questions. But yeah, you are not to ask questions when, you know what, I'll just skip that part because I don't want to be attacked. As you can see, I am black, but still, we can't say anything about the color of our skins. So I'll give my thoughts at the end of the video. Just watch this video. It's shocking.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain Keith Sescaleba, that's spelled Keithsescaleba, with the Hoover Police Department. Joining me at the podium today will be Hoover Mayor Frank Brocato, spelled Brocato, and Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis, spelled Derzis. You may also hear from Lieutenant Daniel Lowe, spelled Lowe, of the Hoover Police Investigations Division. Mayor Brocato will make a brief opening statement, and then Chief Durzis will read a prepared statement. After Chief's statement is complete, there will be an opportunity to ask a few questions regarding this investigation. Keep in mind that this is still an ongoing investigation, so there may be some questions that we cannot answer. With that, I will turn it over to Mayor Brocato.
Thank you and good afternoon for you all coming today. You know, 6 days ago, our community learned about the disappearance of Carly Russell, and it sent fear and pandemonium not just through our city, but the entire state and the nation as well. The media quickly joined us to get the word out about Carly. Our community sprung into action, and they organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation. The Hoover Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carly. I'd like to take this time to say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community, and to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carly Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carly's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll be working this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carly Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carly left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carly concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carly communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
She concealed what? We have kids going missing.
I'm on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where on 459 are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the cover bed, like to get off by the cover bed. Okay, so you're before that exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards Tuscaloosa or toward 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound? Or how old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. White male? Okay. So is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carly Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct?
No, but I can't really see them that good.
Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best that you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them.
Okay.
All right, and do they have shoes on?
No.
Shoes?
Not that I can see. I can't really see that look.
Okay. All right, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but the officers are on the way, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Carly called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carly's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carly's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards.
That doesn't even make any sense. All these cars were just passing by and nobody bothered to call. Like this.
911 center received a second call from Carly's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carly scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carly's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple.
Why did she have... Okay, I forgot. I shouldn't be laughing because we do have some real victims out there that this kind of things happens to them. And we still don't know what's going on here, even though after watching that highway video, we think that something was up. But why? Why throw your wig onto the street? Like, come on now. Why are you embarrassing us? Come on.
Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover Police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carly. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounded local and federal agencies assisted Hoover Police in the search for Carly Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carly, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carly's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carly walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carly had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right.
They didn't take the cash. The kidnappers did not take the money.
Sock. Out of respect for Carly and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carly's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data included several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched.
What?
On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "Birmingham Bus Station," was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were
I will find you and I will unalive you. What? What?
two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carly's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carly's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those
She doesn't.
searches at this time.
Right.
We've asked to interview Carly a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carly can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carly's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
She planned everything. She planned her kidnapping. Are you effing kidding me? We all know about the movie Taken, and where these two girls were going to Paris, I think. Was it Paris? And then these kidnappers came and kidnapped them. Why would you look for a movie like a day or some few days before your alleged kidnapping? And why did she have to drive that long? Did that baby walk that long distance? How did that little baby walk that long distance? Because she started calling the police way back. We can see the car flickering the lights and driving as slow as tortoise. And that baby, she just followed the baby. She kept following the baby. Like, come on now. Why do you make up a story like this? Why she didn't think properly. She could have come up with something. Maybe she saw a woman, maybe she had something, but not a baby. A baby, and you drive for that long distance. Why would you try to make this a race issue? And also, the mother did an interview and said when her daughter came back, she couldn't even hug her. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you hug your child? I don't care if my baby was in feces and she's been missing for 48 hours. If she comes back home, I wouldn't care about the feces. I would hold my baby tight. I would cover myself with all the feces. I would not even give a damn and make sure that my baby is okay. I will not let her stay and say, relax, and then you'll go to the hospital later. No, we would be going to the hospital with all the feces and everything. You don't wait and you don't accuse other people. You don't insert racial whatever in everything. You were not supposed to ask a question about the baby. People were so concerned about this young girl and that little baby. But how dare you ask about the little baby, that little white baby, instead of asking about Kali Russell? You are supposed to be talking about Kali. You are not supposed to be talking or getting concerned of the whereabouts of that little baby. You are not supposed to be asking any questions. It's not allowed. Because if you do, then you are racist. Like, what is wrong with people? You're not supposed to be asking about, we don't care if the baby was white or black. We do not care. And people were so concerned because, some people are so evil. They can maybe use babies as baits to lure people into kidnapping. That's what people were thinking. People were getting scared. Imagine what she did. Getting the whole country to be scared of helping anyone on the street. Like if you see a baby on the street or you see a woman on the street, whatever on the street, you cannot go and help because in your mind you'll be thinking, probably it's a bait. Probably it's a bait. Maybe it's a bit like they did to that Russell. She made people start to panic. And how many people, probably we have no idea, how many people who actually needed help and nobody cared to help because they were so scared. They thought probably this is a bait. I just don't get it as a mom, as a mom who was trying to find her missing child or her alleged kidnapped daughter, had the audacity to be mad when people asked about the little baby, who also, allegedly, we don't think if there was a baby, who, if it was real, would also be so concerning because this was a baby, not a 20-year-old, not an 18-year-old, a baby. And this one was, some people are so heartless. Some people have I don't even think if I should say morals, but some people are so, some people are so self-centered. I don't know. They think about themselves and the money they made from this. And if this was a lie, because you all heard what the police officer said, she did her own research. She searched for the movie Taken. We all know about the movie Taken. We have Taken 1, Taken 2. We've watched that movie. I don't know if we have Taken 3. But it's almost like at the same time when the whole world is screaming and crying about the movie that just came out, Sound of Freedom, which is so scary, of kids being kidnapped. Around the same time, she decides this is the right moment of me to plan my kidnapping. Allegedly. We are just trying to go with the facts and the evidence and the video evidence and the search results of what she was looking for. And so I know I'm inserting myself into things that I'm not supposed to be inserting myself into. But even though I live in a different country, I would stop on a highway just like she did. I would stop right then and there and I would flag all these cars coming by, and everybody would have seen that little baby and we would have come together and called the police. This is a hoax, okay? And it was a bad hoax. She didn't plan it correctly. I hope that if these police officers find this to be a hoax, she needs to be in jail. Whoever helped her to concoct this, whatever, should be in jail with her, just like that woman. You remember that beautiful woman who staged her kidnapping and went to be with her high school boyfriend, whatever, what was her name? She was so beautiful. And left her husband with 2 kids and faked her kidnapping. And when she came back, people believed her because she even had a bruise. She didn't even eat. She was so thin, as if something really happened to her. But then the police did a wonderful job and found out that she lied. The police did their good job. And I believed this man. I believe this police officer with a beautiful purple jacket will make sure that if she did plan her own kidnapping, then she needs to go to jail. And whoever helped her needs to go to jail with her. And all those people who donated to the GoFundMe and all that, I know probably they've taken the money out of GoFundMe, probably, I don't know. But if they haven't, GoFundMe should refund all that money to the people who donated. I don't care. You don't do this kind of things. You don't accuse other people, other races for nothing. This is what pissed her mom off. Like, she came back home barefooted, whatever. She's safe, thank goodness nothing happened to her. I don't even know how she managed to run in that darkness, whatever. Probably somebody was waiting to pick her up. We don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give African opinion here. But after she came back, her mom had the audacity to be mad when people were asking questions about the little baby. Like, why? She said the baby was white. She said the people who kidnapped her were white. People are concerned about that little baby. I would be concerned. Her mom is so mean. That woman is so mean that she didn't care about the little baby and cared only about her child. Her child came back home safely. All she had to do was say, "Thank you so much for the help and your prayers. But we need to find that little baby. We need to find that little baby too." They didn't care. They did not want to hear. She probably knew what happened. Do you think whatever happened to her was actually a kidnapping and not a staged kidnapping by herself and her alleged 17-year-old boyfriend? Allegedly, I had that from Candace Owens. Was it from Candace Owens? I think so. This case is so weird, and yeah, people have questions, and we have the right to ask for questions. We thank goodness, we thank God that she's back home safe. But we as human beings, as normal human beings, just like her mom and dad were normal human beings who were so worried about their child, we are also worried about that little boy who had no pants, only in diapers, walking down highway. Any normal parent would be screaming and praying for that little baby's safety. And if you have the audacity to insert race and accuse other white people because they're asking questions about the little baby, you don't deserve any. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I talked more than I should have. And the link of the video will be down in the descriptions below. And what do you think about this whole kidnapping situation? Let me know down the comment section, and I'll see you in my next upload. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.